Yeah, thank you so much. So, good afternoon to all of you. Just a small presentation I want to give how to use AI with more accountability, especially when it comes to the medical sector. Before we go into the topic, a very brief introduction from where I come and what our organization does. So, Telangana has a dedicated cybersecurity bureau. In fact, one of the few states in the country which has a dedicated cyber bureau in India, and we call ourselves TGCSB, Telangana Cybersecurity Bureau. We are the state nodal agency for all sorts of cyber crime and cybersecurity in Telangana. We have a number of cybercrime police stations which we call CCPS, which at the second box, and there's something which we call D4Cs. Because we can't open cybercrime PS in every district, we have a district cybercrime coordination cell. So we call them D4Cs. With this help, we try to combat the cybercrime in the state. We do a lot of public awareness, safety initiatives. We are a state cybercrime coordination agency with the center. Not sure if all of you have heard about I4C, Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center. So we are the state counterpart for that, for Telangana. We do a lot of capacity building and specialized training, not only for police, but even for the prosecutors, judiciary, and even for the corporates as well. A few statistics I wanted just to show all of you. The share of cybercrime now, if you see, out of all crimes, maybe a decade ago, cybercrime was hardly 1% or something. Now it is 25%. So 1/4 is completely cybercrime, and this 25% is going to increase only in coming days. Have a look at the property lost. In traditional crimes, this is last year's figure. In traditional crimes in Telangana, 207 crores property was lost, whereas in cybercrime it was 1524 crores. And most of that is invisible. We don't even know a fraud call or a fraud investment scheme. 104 crores were recovered from the traditional crimes, and in cybercrime, 279 crores we were able to recover. Overall, what I want to tell you is 7 times more impact this cybercrime is now having. Nearly 1 in every 4 crimes, 1 in every 4 FIRs is a cybercrime now. That is the situation we are at. Coming to the medical sector, this statistics I have just collected from last year. This is from September 24 till almost 1 year statistics. 736 high-profile doctors were victims of cybercrime, and a cumulative of 2.9 crores of amount was lost by these doctors. And where did they lose? Investment fraud was the main culprit. 75% of times it was investment fraud in which the doctors have lost money. So my only point of this slide is to make you aware of all those types: digital errors, identity theft, impersonation, advertisement. Please be very careful of the investment frauds. Coming to the healthcare sector now, these were the aspects, couple of years back. A patient used to come, his data used to be taken at the registration desk, uploaded in the hospital's cloud. The doctors used to see, give the prescription. Now, a new box which has come in between is AI. And this is where it has a lot of advantages. This is where the things get complicated as well. Main issue of this AI now coming is how much, and I'm sure doctors will relate with me better, how much trust will the patients now have in your diagnosis? Because now even the patients know that as a protocol, many hospitals are using AI. So they take your report. First of all, we all go through our blood report, that has become routine now. Whatever you have, we have to have our reports. You give the report to AI, the AI gives you a diagnosis. In some cases, the doctor has just become a front end to tell you the report, what AI generated. Okay, so how much trust will the patient now have on you? The patient might think that, oh, this is, I can also go and do ChatGPT and get my resume. Why do I come to such a big hospital, pay so much? So trust is one very important point. And patient safety. Who will be held responsible if something goes wrong? Will the doctor take accountability, or will he say that I just did what I got from the AI? Next thing which will affect all major hospitals and healthcare sectors are cyber attacks. At the left side, we have all the possible types. All of you know these modus operandis: data breaches, ransomware, identity thefts. Everything is digital. All your patient records are online in the hospital servers. And you have heard of this zero-day vulnerability. There's one term which we use. Nothing is safe. Hackers are updating themselves so quick that even if you update your patches and all, no, still there might be ransomware attacks or just leakage of your data. Here, all I want to show you is that healthcare. There was one statistic which I collected. If you go to the dark net, you can buy credit card information of people. Healthcare records were selling in the darknet for 50 times more value. As I don't that much of this what we call PII, person identification information. That much of importance this has, that 50 times more people are ready to pay for your healthcare records. Two cases which we saw in the past, I just listed out here. One was the AIM server hacking, which happened in 2022, where hospital servers were compromised by a ransomware, and patients' data, their billing, their credit card data, PII, all was exposed, and it was leaked on the darknet. Second case, this is a bit concerning. This happened in 2017, wherein certain pacemakers were found susceptible to cyber attacks. Someone can just shut down or tweak the pacemaker so that the patient no longer is, it's installed but it's no longer working. 4,65,000 pacemakers were found vulnerable, and this St. Jude is now called Abbott, if I'm not wrong. The company has changed its name. They had recalled 4 lakh pacemakers because they were vulnerable to cyber attacks. How bad it can be for not just for the company but for the society overall. Again, here I just want to summarize how cyber attacks can be a big issue for us. Hospital systems can be locked up by a ransomware. The medical records can be altered. This is a very futuristic thing. Currently, medical records are only being stolen. Tomorrow, somebody can alter the, just change. It's like cyber terrorism. Our adversary country can do that. All these devices which I've shown on the boxes are vulnerable. Pacemakers, infusion pumps, imagery systems, and surgical robots. This is something which is what we call telemedicine, which is a new emerging area. Just you can imagine what can go wrong if a surgical robot is hacked, and what consequences it will happen. So all I want to say is just single line. If I summarize the cyber security in healthcare, it is no longer just an IT issue. Okay, earlier an IT team was कि भाई आपका काम है, put firewall, put antivirus, protect your servers, but no longer it's an IT issue now. How will you hold your IT team responsible? It has become a patient safety issue. The doctors, the staff, the owners of the hospital, everybody is equally responsible now. Some advantages I just wanted to highlight of AI, because so much of negatives we have spoken about. So I'm sure all of you are aware of all these things: medical imaging, disease detection, clinical decision support. This is something which has already started. I'm seeing it in almost every hospital. They are using now some sort of AI for decision making, predictive analysis, workflow automation, and drug discovery, something which is outside the hospital for the pharma industry. All these places AI has already started playing a role, and it will, as one gentleman just said, 10% was the use of AI. This will just increase in the future. So finally, before I end my presentation, the question comes about the accountability gap. How you will hold AI responsible, whether you can hold AI accountable or not for the mistake it is doing. You must have heard of this term called hallucinations. In chat GPT, we say that it is hallucinating, means it is giving you some data which is wrong. Okay, or for example, if I got my medical report, I just upload it on some AI like chat GPT or anything, and it gives me a wrong analysis because it has not checked the medical manuals. It has just done some internet Google surface net research and given me answer. So if AI starts hallucinating, so the entire diagnosis has gone wrong. Bias, many times we choose the AI which is most cheaper. Okay, but every model has a different purpose. Some models are good in image recognition, some models are good in LLM, some models are better in your decision. For example, healthcare has some Llama models. You just can't use OpenAI models for anything. Lack of explainability. Data leakage, this is anyways very, very important. It was there even before AI came in. Deep fakes, medical records being changed and using them for fraud. And finally, the question comes that who is responsible, which I have been telling since the start of the presentation, that you just can't put your IT team at fault, or you just can't put the AI company at fault. It's now it's a holistic system. These are some of the areas which our TGCSB is using AI. I will not go into deep because these are pure cyber security, cybercrime areas. All these places, we have now started using AI for identifying patterns in cybercrime and also in cyber security. That is preventing our Telangana governments and Telangana police's IT infrastructure from incoming cyber attacks. Yeah, so before I finish, just a word of advice to my colleagues, all the doctors, all the medical practitioners, all the people who are from the IT setup who are present here, that please adopt security by design. This we always say. Do not think that the security is an extra layer. Like what we do is, security ka baat hai, we find some company, we give them a tender. It's your responsibility. No. It will not work like that. Each and every tool of your hospital, each and every software which you are using is vulnerable now. Your AI, you should be now able to explain and audit whatever your AI is being doing. Okay, no longer you can shy away. There's a new act called DPDP Act, which talks about data privacy. This is actually it's regulating how AI will use your private data for its own learning. Then, of course, comes the policymakers. As government institutions, we always try to make the best policies for patient safety and patients' data privacy. And finally, the researchers. I would, really urge the big hospitals like Yashoda and others to have a separate R&D team, because AI is not something which only the IT companies need. Now there's a medical, legal, and it's like confluence of all IT, legal, medical, privacy, all those things. So it would be great if big hospitals take a initiative, have their R&D team, and they set up an example, and how you integrate AI in healthcare. That's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Harshvardhan. Would you care to just stay on for a couple of questions, moderated by the chairpersons here?
Nice presentation, sir. So you told one important thing, that AI causes mistrust in the patients, how doctors you are going to deal with that. Absolutely right, what you said is. So in AI, or for example, if you go to a chat GPT or Grok, whichever the app which we are using right now for AI integration, they have different modes. For example, you have a thinking mode and instant mode. For example, a patient gives context, they have to give a proper context about what sorts of suffering they are going through. If they don't give in a proper way, for example, leg pain, if they give vaguely, leg pain is caused because of many diseases. If they don't give a proper context to the AI app, whatever they are using, even though they upload the reports, AI, if it goes through a thinking mode, instantaneously whatever it comes in the internet, it picks up and gives a result. If the same result goes through a thinking mode, it gives more precise answer probably. But still, there could be an hallucination. So what AI has and what as a doctors we have is, we have experience. So when experience and AI comes together, probably we can give best results.
Yes, yes.
Some of the patients, when they come to us, they go through all these apps and they come and they ask us the diagnosis, which probably they might not be representing.
Hey, that's a very valid thing. AI plus the vast experience which a doctor carries, the 20, 25 plus years of senior doctors, that is ultimately what will drive the industry. And AI will also become a, sort of, the future they will, I'm just, sounds like a science fiction, but they might be virtual doctors also. Virtual AI, which is a doctor, it has its own complexion, its own personality, and people start testing. But yes, a combination is what we would desire, and I would urge a good amount of R&D to happen. Let some models be developed which think more, and even 1% of mistake they should not be able to catch in the reports.